All right, good morning traders. Welcome to the Bookmap All Markets webinar. This is Bruce at Bookmap. We'll be going through live order flow, not just analysis. We'll look at some trades and take some trades. It is in simulation demo paper trading mode. With the goal here is in simulation to read order flow at a higher level, but then understand how to trade it and manage your trades. So we're going to go through the order flow criteria we are looking for the setup, and then the criteria for the trade management. And the two should sync together, and we're happy to go through this with you and share all of this hopefully good stuff that you find really helpful. All right, let's go through the disclosures and then jump right in. General disclosure, all Bookmap Limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Risk disclosure, trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. There's a couple other things to go over, let's see here. I've got it somewhere. We have an upcoming crypto competition you might be interested in. I've got details here. Hold on. Yeah, here we go. And also have some news and information for the Bookmap Academy. We had our Bookmap Academy meeting yesterday, and I'll explain more for those of you who are on YouTube or are interested. Well, anyway, you can take your phone out, take a screenshot here, or use the QR code to get more insight to this. It's going to be with Tino from Traders Reality. He's got a big community over there. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of people have already signed up for the competition. You can win 1 year of Global Plus Bookmap and $100 and $1,000 USDT. It will start not next week, but the week after. So June 10th to June 13th. All right, sign up for it. Go and enjoy. We're going to go through some of that trading for crypto next week. And then also we have something here that's interesting. Trading with Bookmap, those that are in the Bookmap Academy or the Blue Jacket competition, you can now let me just kind of explain here a little bit before we get into this detail. The Bookmap Academy and the Blue Jacket competition. Go to bookmap.com, click on the More button, and go to Bookmap Academy here. This is where you can sign up and you can get Bookmap for free. But it is a community. It is an academy. You will apply for it here. And you first apply for the Bookmap Junior Academy. We look at your content. We give you feedback on your content. It's a mentoring and coaching program. If you are interested, sign up. And then what we're going to do is offer you this pathway to become better. If you reach a certain threshold of quantitative data, is also includes the quality of the data or content that you are creating, then you can get Bookmap for free. We're willing to give it to you. You know, you're becoming a better trader. You're creating content. We're giving you feedback on it, making you better. And then basically, here's the process. After you become an Academy member, you can get Bookmap for free. You can even get the MBO bundle for free. And then the next step is you can get data for free as well by becoming a Bookmap Academy coach. At this point, you're giving back to the community, giving feedback to the junior members. You can become a streamer as well in here. Now, the deal that we have at the moment is one piece of content per day. Is all we're asking for, and just a markup of an image. We will give you for the right now for the summer at least, or at least for June, we're going to give you 2 times that. So if you create 1 piece of content, it will count for 2. All right, so this is a great deal, and you will, we know that everyone has vacations and summer plans, etc. This should help out. However, there's a caveat here, and it's very important. You need to show trading from Bookmap. We want to see where you took your positions. Now, why do we want this? Now, you can trade in demo, you can trade in replay mode. It doesn't matter. We want you to trade from the chart and create content trading from the chart. The reason being is we can give you much better feedback. Like, for example, here I took some trades earlier in NASDAQ, one here, another one over here, and you can see exactly where I got in. You can see exactly where I got out. You can see how I managed the trade. So it's not just about your setup, it's about the management. And this is where we can give really excellent feedback and say, like, your setup is good. However, you fell apart on your trade management. Okay, so we need that critical piece to give you that really good feedback. All right, enough said on that. Let's jump in. Let's look at the live market here, and we'll look for some opportunities. Let me know if there's any questions that you guys have, and happy to go through it here. Hold on a minute over in Discord. Good morning, Caesar, Aloise, Stephen, Rob. Okay, excellent, Alan. So anyway, guys, take advantage of that. Do the 2x trade from the chart. Make your content. We'll give you 2 times the credit. All right, and the same for the Blue Jacket competition. Now, for that, you need to sign up for Blue Jacket. I'm sorry, you don't. You need to sign up for. Sorry, you need to sign up for the Bookmap Academy, and then you'll just put a hashtag in for your Blue Jacket entries, and you can win 3 months of Bookmap Global Plus and data, stocks and or futures data here. So we're going to announce a winner, I think, next week for this month, and we do it every month. All right, so I think we start on the 10th. Not sure. Reach out to Dan to help out on that one. But you might as well, since you're in the academy, you might as well get extra consideration with your content showing your trade data. Okay, your entries and exits and trade management. All right, let's jump in here. Look at this wall of liquidity in here. We had some fundamental data this morning. We had the PCE, and it was less than expected, and that's what actually a lot of traders have been kind of looking for. However, you can see that how now things have changed a little bit. What was good for the market was knowing that the Fed will lower rates in the near future or in the summertime. So we're looking very closely at the inflation numbers, and this is one of them. And we wanted to see less than expected, and we weren't getting that. It was still good for the market in general, but it was actually behaving differently than that. If it was good data, it means that the Fed will hold off on raising rates. So anyway, this is the situation. It is the reaction of the orders or the traders and the order flow that gives us the insight. Here's the 8:30 data. Initially, you can see the move to the upside. Well, everything changed here. The cash open. Now we're moving to the downside. All right, and we can see a lot of selling coming in here. Look at this wall of liquidity. Look at the selling that took place here. Look at the buyers that came in after all of these limit buys were filled. So we are looking sell side here. We are going to lows of the day right now. So our outlook, at least for what we see right now, is we are looking for more sellers to continue to explore lower price levels. All right. All right. See if there's any questions here at the moment. No. Okay. Good. Thanks, guys. All right, here we go into high liquidity here and here. Now, I'm actually looking for a bit of a pullback at this point, but we're going to start to look for little pockets of buying, maybe like this here. Now, that's very, very minimal, and we'd look for a bit of a pullback right now. But the reason being is look at the liquidity here. Here, let me get the pen tool out. Okay, liquidity here, here, here. Also clearly up in these areas here. Okay, so here, you know, and all the way down now. So these are buyers. They're getting filled. We know that. Okay, this is where Bookmap can be really helpful. So if you understand that we're in a downtrend, but we see a lot of buyers getting filled, we're looking for the aggressors now, the green dots here, which are market buy orders, and then we're looking for a pullback now, and we're getting it now. It makes sense, right? Because all these buyers are absorbing this on the way down. Okay, so where are we looking for a pullback to? All right, well, maybe to like these little pockets in here where it broke down from. Maybe up here, maybe we'll go up to this swing here and just kind of test it, or just below it, and still see more sellers come back in the market, right? So kind of looking for those small pullbacks and then continuation of the trend. And we're going to read the transactions and understand the order flow here. So yeah, you can see right now we did get this little pullback above this swing. It did break it. So a little bit of buying here. Look at the double top. No buying, very little buying. Sellers rotate in, new lows here. Okay, looking for price exploration also lower here. Okay, so I'm kind of missing the opportunity here, but as I explain this, looking for our next level is 35 down here to transact. Okay, that is the target, right? Again, this is not a trading room. It is an order flow reading room. It's understanding where price might go based off of the behavior of the traders in here, right? That's the goal. All right. Let's see, any other questions at the moment? Yeah, it changed everything today. Alois, absolutely, that fundamental data. We're seeing a fundamental, like a shift, right? That you know, it's a funny thing, but you know, this is what we want to read and understand is how others are responding to the data. And what was bad news was actually good for the market. Now what is bad news is looking to be kind of bad for the market. And anyway, we see the shift starting to unfold here. All right, so we're looking for still continuation until we see something else, right? And yesterday in the Bookmap Academy meeting, we talked about looking for your criteria, your checklist. And looking for that trade opportunity. So we do have a tool in here called Setups Checklist. And the Setups Checklist is right here. It will pop up the a continuation pattern in here, but you can make your own in here. So you know, add it in here, import one. You can export one, modify it here, and then export it and import it, and have your own. This is just a quick way of you know, it's just a txt file anyway. So once you import your criteria here, you have your checklist. You can check it off here, and you can also score it. right? And then you can grade your setup. And this is just a guideline for you to know exactly what you're looking for. And that's what we're going over in the academy. We want you to have a checklist, and then we want to see you trade from Bookmap that goes in line with your checklist. Okay. Here we go. Here, let's see if we get our sellers. Try to knock it down into this 35 level here. Okay, we already had a small pullback right here. Okay, so yeah, in fact, let's look for a little scalp here. Just looking for a bit more on a pullback here. Okay, we made an equal low here. We still see more sellers. Okay, and a little bit of liquidity here. Okay, interesting, some buyers. Okay, and looking for some exhaustion. Nothing yet. There we go. All right, let's put our limit in. All right, we're filled. Ooh, I didn't have my bracketed here selected, but I'll put my stop and take profit in here. I'm going to widen them out a little bit, so we're short, so I want to be a buyer above the market here. I'm going to hold down shift and left click, and then left click down here at our 35 level. All right, and that's it. Okay, so there's our entry. Here's our break even, just at 35 3/4 it looks like. Okay, and we're just looking for the move down to here. Okay, in this small time frame. That's it. All right, again, not a trade recommendation. It's just we're going through our kind of overall checklist in here of a very simple move to the downside and looking for pullbacks and then continuation. We're still seeing a lot of sellers at the lows here, and we're even front running our high liquidity right here with our limit buy order. In fact, I can see other people starting to front run in here too. You can see that liquidity adding in here. So I'm going to move it up another tick. Right now, if I see traders pulling away from here and I see a lot of selling coming in, well, then I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to move this stop very easily down to maybe the next level of liquidity, like down here. Okay, something like that. Because these players are telling me they don't want to be buyers any longer. If we have sellers, aggressive sellers moving that market, then we're just going to stay away and look for that continuation move and that trending move. All right, it's just a one lot, just to so everyone can kind of understand our setup here and our trade management. Okay. I'm going to move this back to where it was. I don't see them pulling. And we are looking for, we know a lot of liquidity is being filled. We just don't see enough buyers yet. Okay? Now, we may, and maybe they'll come streaming in here and move right back up to some of these swings here and stop us out. If we see that, well, we're going to get out of the way. And likely we'll just flatten the position at that point. Okay? But right now, we don't see that. We see more sellers at lower lows here. We're still looking for the continuation. All right, does this all make sense? What we're looking for here in this move, we're going with the move to the downside. We're targeting high liquidity on the bid. Okay? We're seeing more aggressive sellers in here. And it's really simple. It's a really, really simple setup here. Now, we just got filled. Okay, one contract. How many points did we make? We can see our profit and loss over here. But I'm gonna click on here, right click on here, and I want to show you another thing from your trade control panel. You don't have to look at profit and loss. You can look at points and ticks in here as well. Okay, so let's look at ticks. How many ticks did we get? We got 17. All right, volume of 1, in and out, this volume of 2 altogether. All right, and that's it. Now, what happened here? We were just looking for the move down to here. Well, look at the selling. There's still more, right? Now, we were looking to manage this. Did I mismanage this? No, I didn't. I was looking for just this move here. Made sense to me. Did I give all this up? Well, I only had one contract. I'm only looking for this move. I'll look for the next opportunity. Now, if we did go through a scenario, if they pulled that liquidity down here, then we're looking for, and we see this selling coming in, well, then we would put our, and we demoed it right here. We would put our take profit down here, and we would have been filled down here as well. As you can see the transactions. That likely would have been filled, very, very likely. I think it went through that by a tick. So if it did, then we know that we would have gotten filled. So yeah, it came down to 30.25, and we moved our take profit down to 30.5. Yeah, so we would have gotten filled on that. See how front-running liquidity in here and using the heat map for your trade management can be really, really helpful, right? All right, good stuff. Any questions? No, nothing yet. All right, well, we'll look for the next one. In the meantime, I want to go through something else you guys might be really interested in here. Now, you are aware of our Market Pulse tool. We've been demoing that for quite a while. We've had it for like over a year now, a year and a half, basically. And we've added so much more to it. It's really evolved into a pretty robust tool here. So if you don't have access to it, we will actually give you free access to it for if you want to become a beta tester, not for Market Pulse, but what I want to cover is this automated trading here. We have, this is brand new. We just it's in beta right now. I want to demo it for you guys, and if you want access to this, then you can reach out to Dan, become a beta tester. We're looking for feedback about this new tool, and you'll need to have Market Pulse, so we will give it to you. Just reach out, become a beta tester, and give us some feedback on this tool. Let us know what you think. It's really interesting tool here, and the amount of configurations are exponential, basically. It's dizzying. We put together a Notion file here to go over some of the setups in here. One is a simple stock index momentum trade. And the other one, I've got order book and correlations in here. I'm going to open them up and we'll go through them. Just looking at the ES, the NQ, and the RTY, the Russell, and then looking for these to align in Market Pulse. Okay, and we're looking at volume pressure imbalance, and we're looking for volume to pick up, and we're looking for momentum continuation. Now, the caveat in here, or one of the contexts that we're looking for, is you're targeting high liquidity. Okay, just like what we were looking for in our trade that we just took. We're targeting high liquidity, and we're looking for momentum sellers to carry it into that. Now, it's the opposite of a lot of people are using the volume pressure imbalance as a fade trade. Okay, this one is different. This is a momentum trade. Okay, so we're looking for that momentum to kick up and to carry it into high liquidity. All right, so that's the scenario. We've got all the settings in here, etc. Yeah, take a look. I'll share this with you as well, so you can go through some of these ideas in here. And then I want to go through the other one, though. This one's a lot more interesting, I think. That's a very, very simple one. Get your feet wet, try some things out. The order book and correlations in here. We're looking at the NQ, and then we're looking at correlated bellwether stocks of Apple and Microsoft. And then we're looking at, for the NQ, we're actually using the order book imbalance. We're looking for liquidity in here to give us insight, like high liquidity up in some of these areas here. And then here you can see we got a signal in here, a nice one. We're looking for the idea and concept in this one is very simple. The NQ comes up to this area and trades into high liquidity. There's our order book imbalance. That's good. That'll give you a buy signal in the automated trading, but we were looking for 2 signals in here, or 3. We're looking for now volume pressure on the sell side of Apple and Microsoft together as one correlated instrument to give us insight that the sellers are starting to come in. Therefore, we are looking for the NQ as an index to also start to drop. Right? Any questions on that? It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool stuff. So I can demo that one again, but I want to do another one in here. I brought up the dollar index here. And we can look at the dollar and the ES in here. Right. So if the dollar is weak, then actually we're looking for the ES to go up. Actually, I don't know if this is a good correlation. I mean, the dollar index is key, but we're looking actually for, will give us this would give us a we're looking for a sell signal in the dollar and a or euro dollar, and then a buy signal in the ES. All right, so we'll do another one. I can demo this one here. We have the NQ. Okay, we have Apple, we have Microsoft. So first thing we do is we're going to go into Market Pulse, and we're going to create these widgets here. We'll look at order book pressure and balance here. Okay, and for the NQ, let's press play. Okay, here's our widget. All right, and then we're going to look at volume. Or I'm sorry, that's order book pressure, and then volume pressure and balance for Apple and Microsoft. This one's all set. Okay, I've already got it all set up. Let's press play. We've opened it up. All right, so we got those 2 widgets. Now let's go back to automated trading. Click here, and then widget 1. We're gonna select one. We'll look for order book pressure and balance. Widget number 2. We're looking at this multi-instrument algo here, or for Microsoft and for Apple. Okay, and we're going to select that one. You can also put in another one in here too, another widget from Market Pulse. And then we can target, where do we want to get the signal? Okay, we can put our target. It can be the ES, it can be the 6E, it can be the NQ, whatever. Let's actually target the NQ, right? And then we want to show alerts, and let's enable it. Okay. We can also open up a alerts dashboard here, and when we get our alerts, you'll see the trade show up in here, and also you get the buy and sell buttons in here. All right. Okay, so now we're just looking for a signal. I'm going to close this window for now, and our notification will come up in the lower left here. Okay, now let's jump over to the NASDAQ as well, because that's I think that's what we chose, right? Yeah, as our target instrument. Okay. This has been great coming up with these different configurations and to also play around with all these different concepts and ideas. You can look at your bellwether stocks, you can look at stock indexes, you can look at other correlated markets, maybe the bonds, whatever it is that you want to look at. And then we have multiple algos you can look at as well. We're just using two: volume pressure imbalance and order book pressure imbalance. Okay, and we just haven't gotten a signal yet. In fact, let's go back to our configurations here. Is it? Here we go. Our Notion file. Okay. Yeah, here are my market pulse setups, configs. So 60%, 60%. I went down to 2 minutes and 3 minutes here. So let's do that. Okay, so on the NQ, I was looking at 3 minutes of data, okay, in the training period, and 10 seconds and 4 levels. Okay, fine. Okay. And then this will update the automated trading immediately. Okay, and then oh yeah, 60. Did I say 60%? No. There we go. All right, that's right. And then let's go into there's also 60% here, and 2 minutes of data. All right. Give it a little bit of volume here too, so we can hear it. All right, so we got a buy signal here. Now let's take a look at this. Do we want to be a buyer in here? Well, here would be the opportunity right there. Okay, because we do see some buying coming in here. All right, we're at the bottom of the range in here. Now, I'm not too happy about this this buy here because we're still in a downtrend, and our structure in here is still we haven't broken it, right? We just see some buying coming in here, but maybe we can just trade it up to the top of this range then. Now we're just looking for the top of the range here. Now you can see we just got another buy signal in here. Okay, so we see more buyers starting to come in. All right, that's good. So maybe we're starting to kind of turn around a little bit, just there we go. Okay, so we purchased here. It went against us a little bit here, and then back to the top of the range. Now this is actually, now it's starting to look pretty good for continuation up to here, maybe back to 18,400 or some of these swings up in here, because we're starting to kind of catch the reversal here. So I would have loved to have had multi lots on, take some off, have my runner looking for this 18,400 to transact. Okay. But I'm at this point here, the conservative approach is just top of the range, and then look for the next one. Any questions on that? Like it's gold versus ES. Yeah, sure. We can take a look at that. That's a good one. Now, note you're going to need the different data packages in here. If for example you just have CME data, then it's only stock indexes and the oh God, I'm sorry guys, it's been a long week. The stock indexes as well as the currency futures. Okay, so but if you have the the whole futures data package of CME, CBOT, NYMEX, and COMEX, well, then you can use any of the futures from those exchanges, any of the instruments. Thank you, Alois. God, it really it's been kind of a crazy week, and yeah, lots of things. End of the month here. All right, we're still getting buys one after another. Thanks, Alois. No, I'm sorry, that was a sell. All right, so now this is where you have to use your discretion. We're looking for it to help us out with correlated markets and give us some insight. Okay, but you have to use your discretion in here. It's not just blindly buying and selling in here. You need some context in here. All right, so now we had some context and we didn't really like it that much either. Now we're looking for a pullback, and that's where we got our buy. It's due to this data in here that gave us this signal. Okay, so and now we didn't really quite like it because it didn't break this quite yet. This is a nice cluster of buying and move up, but very easily we can see the sellers just move it down to here and then maybe down to this 18,350. Okay, so nonetheless, it was a pullback. We took it. We're just looking for top of the range here, and we got it. So let's use some criteria for some of these other signals in here. So now we're looking for another one, and we're looking for, let's see here. Well, we see the buyers coming in, kind of wishy-washy in here. It's just buying and selling in here. So we're looking for, maybe not much really. It'd be more of a range-bound trade, to be honest. So we're looking for a buy off of this, maybe back to the top of the range. That's it. Okay. If we get lots of sellers in here, well, now's our opportunity then to trade maybe down to this 18,350. Okay, you can see the timestamp in here. 1040 is when we got that sell signal here due to this move. Okay, so not bad. It did come back in here to the top of the range multiple times. Okay, in YouTube, you guys can hear that. You can hear the Market Pulse tools working. Okay, we're looking for the alignment though, right? We want both to align, and then that will give us our signal. Okay, so we just went to the lows from this swing here. Here, I'm going to get rid of all those. Okay, and now we're starting to see buyers come in on Apple and Microsoft. You can hear that. But NQ, not yet. Not yet. There's our bellwether stocks with a bit of buying. Anyway, think of this as more of a kind of a, it's not a green light, red light, but it is a guide. And what this allows you to do is look at all these different configurations and correlations. Okay, so no signal yet, but I'm looking for it. I'm waiting to hear it, and then looking pretty nice to hit this 350 right now. Okay, let's see if we get a little bit of selling right here, and look for that move. It's probably going to be too late by the time we get that. But we're waiting for the signal here. It kind of keeps us out or away from it. Bidding up down here at higher levels. This 18,350 looks really good though as a target. A lot of liquidity down there. This is our order book pressure imbalance in here in the subchart. Let's see if we can get our move maybe to the top of the range here. This was our first level we were looking at here, but our second one is up here, and we're looking to break this one to trade down to here. See, this is where I would like to have this signal come in, because I'd be looking for the momentum move down into this. I would not like to get in short here at the bottom of the range. I would much rather get in here and then look for the move down to here, and it gives me this buffer in here, and then I'm still looking for the continuation move. Right, so we're looking for that momentum to pick up to this 64 level and then through it down to 350. Okay, there's our sell. We're getting our sell signal here at the bottom of the range. Okay, not good, don't like it, but let's go for it here. Well, maybe we can get a small pullback here and see if we can get something out of it. Yeah, no, we're not going to. All right, so let's see if we can get that continuation move down here to our 350 liquidity. Now, we're probably going to get stopped out here. Yeah, and I don't like my stop. I'm actually going to move my stop. Oop, too late. I was going to move my stop up to right about here. I would have been stopped out anyway. But because this is where the sellers came in, I'm just looking for a pullback and then a continuation move. All right. So anyway, we're still looking for it, in fact. And let's see, do we just get another one? Sell signal? Yeah, at 47.09. So we're going to have to wait. Rob, you've been getting a little sloppy last week or so. Too slow spotting entries and exits. Rob, I think let's just go through a process here, and we'll see if this. We'll try to use this as this automated trading here as our guide, right? Let's look at our criteria. Are we still looking for the same thing in here on this move down like we were earlier in the ES? Well, let's take a look. We'll zoom out. Okay, this is a big move to the downside, right? Let's zoom all the way out here. Okay, so a big move, right, to the downside. Clearly, a lot of selling. What about our buying? Well, little pockets in here starting to show a bit of buying. Yeah, the move is still to the downside, but our structures are starting to be tested here. Okay, so if we look at some of the structure in here, you can see that that it's kind of testing them, breaking them, and then note what's going on here, right? Our market structure is starting to kind of turn around, right? It's starting to it's less steep angle of attack here. So when we're starting to see buyers come in, Okay, we're still sell side, still looking sell side, but now we're looking for maybe pullbacks and then a move back down to the bottom of the range. Okay, so and boy, it just missed this one here. We did not get the signal here, but this is a beauty right up to the top of the range here, right back down to here, or lows of the day, or the 350 here. Okay, so we can probably even trade this one right here. Let's see, look for a bit of a pullback. Okay, not bad. Okay, so now note the buying coming in now, though, right? So you know we're turning from kind of a downtrend, and we're still downtrend, but we're kind of turning around into more range bound too. Okay, so we're waiting for pullbacks to tops of the ranges in here, and then continuation. Now, our outlook would be different if these pockets of buying in here started to pick up with lots of buying coming right back up into these areas here. Okay, we don't see it yet. Okay, so so we're not looking for breaking the top of the range here. We're looking for a range bound trade from here into the middle, down to continuation, down to the lows of the day, or breaking the low. Okay, here comes our sellers. Is that the move we're looking for? I don't know. I would have liked it to come a little bit higher here. And our automated trading with order book and volume pressure from the bellwether stocks, nothing yet. Nothing yet. Okay. All right, actually, let's see if we can get some buyers trade right back up to the top of the range here now, because it did come down to the bottom of this range. Okay, so let's see if we can get a bit of buying right here at 371, and then continuation. There we go. See if they can continue. So we're looking for a move back up to somewhere around here, 380 or so. Okay, not bad, almost there. Okay, let me get rid of some of these things on the chart here. So anyway, Rob, I know you're in the Academy meeting yesterday. Criteria. It's all about this criteria. So look for these. Enumerate your steps. What are you looking for? Okay. Now, we're not using TraderMap Pro in here with the NASDAQ, which we should. You know, Stan talked about that quite a bit yesterday. Every time it came up, it was like you should be looking at you know, TraderMap Pro to get deeper insight to the liquidity in here. All right, so now here we come. Here come our seller. Oh, I missed this. This is a beauty up here, up at the top of the range. We talked about this one yesterday in the Academy as well. Buying here, retest, very little buying, looking for the sellers, bottom of the range here, and continuation here. So let's see if we can get it. This would be, although I don't like doing this, I'm gonna see if we can get our continuation move quickly, and that would be a buy or sell stop here, and look for a quick move from here immediately down. Okay, now that opens up, you know, to easily get squeezed in this area, in this range in here. Okay, so if that starts to happen, I'm just going to drop it immediately. Okay, there's our cluster of buying that could be sellers on the way down if they get stopped out. Okay, so let's see if we can get a long squeeze here and hit it, sellers, right here. Love to see it. And they don't. Okay, one more. Okay, getting close, but not a whole lot of sellers there. Okay, there we go. Now we're filled. Now let's see if those sellers pick up. Okay, if they don't, we're going to be out. Looks like we're going to be out. Okay, actually now we're getting our buy signal here. Interesting. Okay, so now we're looking for that momentum move. All right, see if we can get it. So now we're seeing a rejection off of here. I'm actually looking for the break of this range up in here, not just the test here. I'm looking for a break. Okay, so where's the next stop? Maybe up here. Let's move our take profit up there. Okay, so we're looking for the move up to here now. Okay, it looks pretty good. Okay, look at this. Look at the short squeeze here, actually, let's see it. Let's see it, buyers. Let's see a squeeze up to top of the range here. Looks pretty good. There we go. All right, so it gave us a nice signal there. Okay. The nice thing, what I like about this here is, like, you know, there's things on the chart in here, especially in this NASDAQ, with the order book pressure imbalance that you may not see at the kind of, you know, smaller time frames in here that can give some really nice insights and signals, and then we're, you know, correlating that with our bellwether stocks here. Okay, so anyway, like I'm kind of surprised we got that buy signal down here, but all the better here, because now we got our momentum move, and we moved our take profit up to the top of the range, and we're out. Okay, and we're flat at that point. Okay, still getting buy signals in here, but now this is too high for me. Okay, maybe it continues. Maybe it turns into a really powerful move back up to here. The nice little target up in this area here at 417 or so. Thanks, Luis. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Scumborg, you can hear. Yeah. Well, welcome to the Discord community. Still no sound, just visuals. Okay. Now, you might want to play with the sound settings. You know, in the lower left-hand corner here. You know, you should be able to, you know, click on your user settings here, or you know, maybe this is deafen is, you know, you want to make sure that you don't see the red lines through here. Okay, you might need to configure it here, so click on that, and then you can go in here to your sound settings, voice and video, or is there sounds? I think just voice and video. Yeah, and you can check it here. So do your audio check, do your mic check, etc. Okay, and here's your output that you can test. Okay, and then we've got help in here. Okay, so thanks, Dan. Dan is extremely helpful. So is voice and video, and let's go back here. Yeah, okay, great. That's where we were, and that's where you can see it in here. All right. Yeah, Dan is awesome. Yep, also some other help in there. Excellent. Okay. All right, guys. Well, anyway, we got the we actually were looking for the move lower, and we had all the correct criteria for that move lower. And then everyone give Dan a sure, absolutely, give him a heart. And then we got this market pulse automated trading signal to the buy side, and we started to see that buying coming in, and this was not going lower. We started to see the buyers come in. Now we're looking for the move to the top of the range, or up in here, and we just saw a continuation. So our original target was kind of up in these areas, and we moved it a little bit higher up to here. It kind of shot above it, and then now it's right back down into this big range here. Okay, so yeah, we missed or got stopped out on this one, but turned around and took it to the long side here. And our lines in here actually worked out pretty well. You'll see the break here of this this line, right? This is a donkey face setup. Maybe it's not as harsh as this. This is kind of a shallow move lower, but this is definitely his setup. I think he's looking for more of an extreme move to the downside, though, before getting this here. But this is what it looks like. By the way, he will be presenting with Sean his trader psychologist on, I think, Monday or Tuesday. We're still kind of debating on the day. So we're going to do that follow-up webinar with Donkey Face. He did a really nice one for us before, and it's going to be a continuation of that. So don't miss it. And we're going to have a few other webinars next week as well. Rob is going to go through his back testing and like how that helped him get better at trading and kind of turn the corner for himself here. Here comes the move that we're looking for earlier into 350. I'm looking for it here. In fact, let's see if we can get maybe a small pullback, and then I will jump in on this. Okay, there we go. We are in and looking for those sellers to hit it hard. Okay, and we are out. All right, so target hit 350. Now, I'm actually still looking for it to go lower, but this was our high liquidity. This is what we were looking for here. Okay, it's a big number as well. It's a round number. So we're and it's the lows of the day. So we have our criteria for our trade management. Scumborg, excellent. So you can hear now. It's a funny name, but anyway, guys. So good stuff, this automated trading kind of helped guide us a little bit in here. This is one way to use this. I really highly recommend that you check it out, get some configurations together that meet your trade criteria, and then just be alerted about some of these things in here. Okay, it's kind of poking you and saying like, hey, look, sell side here. Okay, we did, and we waited for a little bit of pullback. Now we used our own discretion after that, and then we're looking for that continuation, right? Yeah, had a nice little trade, you can see we're trading both ways in here, even in this pretty big down day. So we're looking for the downside, the upside, and then continuation into this 350 here. Now, moreover, you guys are going to get access to, God, we have all these great products coming out. We've released now our trading journal, and it is open to all. Go sign up for it and check it out. This is how, or use it. You have access to it, and trade from the Bookmap chart, and then we can look exactly at the details of your trade or trading overall. So how you do it is first click on your configure add-ons here, and then we're going to go to trading statistics. You will need to check the box here for each instrument. Okay, so I have it checked here for the NASDAQ, and you can open up your trading stats window here as well, and here are my trades. Okay, these are each trade. Here's the data for in, out, size, fills, commissions. If I want to put commissions in here, maximum favorable excursion, as well as adverse, etc. Now, that is the trading statistics, but we have our web journal, which is great. Okay, so we'll close this now, and then we'll open up the web journal. Okay, and this will give us our equity curve here, our P&L curve, total wins, total losses, biggest winner, biggest loser, average winner, average loser, and profit ratio of wins to losses, as well as each trade and your MFE and MAE. So let's just take a look at some of our results in here. Not bad for this morning. Here we get another sell signal. Let's see, this was our buy, right, on our squeeze, our short squeeze to the upside. Now, what I really like about both of these trades in here is look at our MFE and MAE. Favorable excursions, 80, 60. Adverse excursions, how much did it go against us? 7 or 2. Okay, so that short squeeze, our buy here, it only went against us 2 ticks. Okay, our short here went against us just 7 ticks, and it went for us 60. Okay, that's pretty good. Not bad. This is what is it? Donkey Face went through and he says, I don't like taking heat. This is the heat part right here, the MAE, maximum adverse excursions. Okay, now you can see some of these others in here I took quite a bit of heat. There are some losers in here, but this is the goal. Something around, maybe this is a little too lofty of a goal, but something around here. Definitely like 2 to 3 times. I want to see favorable versus adverse. So I would have been happy with, like, if this was 21 here. If it went against me 7, it went 21 for me. Okay, so that way I'm gaining more. I can have losses, but as long as I follow my setups and my criteria, overall it should work out pretty nicely. Okay, and then that's how you start to build your equity curve over time. All right, now we can also look at, you can create different journals in here. You can look at very specific instruments in here. How's my performance over the time period here of 1 month? Okay, if all of this will be my performance over all of May here. Okay, so you can see that I had some pretty big drawdowns here. Okay, I think this was around 2 grand, and this one here was about 3 grand or so. Now, I made it back, but this hurt. And what did I do in here? Well, I know exactly what I did. You can go to those trades. You can go look at, like, here on the 8th, at this time, this was at market close. It was after the close, actually. So I was trading extended hours and got hurt here. Not a good time for me to trade. Okay, that would be my takeaway. Here's another one here. This was at about 2 o'clock. And I kind of forget this one here. I think I had averaged into this one, and it went against me hard, and took a big loss. Okay, anyway, guys, you can go through this here. You can start to put together, or this will give you good feedback about your trading. Okay. In the Academy meeting last night, I talked about this. I've been playing around with a range bound strategy in here. So this equity curve reflects that, in fact, because look at all these small little wins in here. You see these little kind of like stair stepping in here, also in here. Okay, that's very typical of range bound trading, taking your profits quickly and just building that over time. It's also very indicative in here with my profit ratio of wins versus losses. Okay, so it's very high, and I do not think it's a good thing. I had mentioned this yesterday. I think it is much better to see maybe profit ratios of 35-40%, something like that. I would be very happy to see that, but I would want to see my average winners here 3 times my average loser. Okay, so therefore I'm taking small losses. I'm not taking big losses. Okay, the big losses can wipe you out. So that's what we want to avoid. And we want to have confidence in our strategies, take the small losses, capture the big wins. Okay, so anyway, there's like this, and so you can see like actually the data in here, this average loser, average loss trade here is really skewed by this big loss here. Okay, that's going to really bump this number up. If I could, I'd like to, I'll talk to the developers. Maybe you can take out your biggest winner and biggest loser, or ones that are skewing your data quite a bit, okay? And then look for a better kind of overall. This average win and loss would look very different if these two were out of the computation. All right. Anyway, guys, really great stuff in here to go through, and we've got all these great new tools to utilize. Wow. Okay. Look at these. We're getting these buy signals in here. Last one was at 11:10:08. So just up here, which is somewhere in here. Okay. Again, you got to use your discretion with these. Do not fly blind with them. Use context of your market structure and the transactions and the liquidity in here. Okay, so like I would like to see a buy signal here if I can get a bit more buying coming in. Okay, I would love to see is a move below it, move back up, and then a buy signal. Okay, a stop run below all of this in here, and then buyers coming back in, strong buying to lift it back up to the top of this range and maybe back up at the top of this range here, hit maybe 400. That'd be great. All right. Am I able to trade TD active trader from Canada? I don't know. I mean, if you can connect to your TD Ameritrade, or I'm sorry, it's Schwab, but like your Thinkorswim, then you should be able to use your active trader from Thinkorswim, just looking at Bookmap, and then trade from there. Yeah, should work fine. Okay, you will need to subscribe to it from Schwab and Thinkorswim. Okay, I think you might need to reach out to them on that one. I'm going to get rid of all those signals in here, and we'll wait for another one now. Guys, like I said, this is all available free for beta testing for right now. So just reach out if you're interested. Okay, Dan can help you out. He's got a beta testing room over in Discord. Okay, so you will need to have Bookmap, of course. So get Bookmap if you don't have it. and then request market pulse and this automated trading. We're looking for your feedback. We're looking for your configurations as well. I'm still playing around with a bunch of other ones trying to hone an edge in here, right? These are really simple ideas here. Okay, so let's see if we get here. We just got to buy, right? Okay, yep. All right, let's go for it. Right, I'm looking for a move to the top of the range here, and my stop I just moved to the bottom of the range here. Okay, I'm looking for momentum up to the top of the range. Okay, I like it. Actually, I like it quite a bit because look at the selling down here. Not a whole lot. Look at this pocket of buying that did break this structure here. Okay, so I would have liked to have gotten in a little bit earlier here. It did give the signal earlier, but anyway, I missed it. Okay, well, I'm going to get squeezed on this one here. As you guys can see, we might get lucky. But no, likely we're going to get a flush through here and a stop run to the downside. Yeah, looking for that flush down through. I'd be shocked to see if we see buyers come in right now. Okay, all right, there's our stop out. This is our flush. Okay, now we might get a rejection off of this and a move back in, and then we'll jump in. Okay, yep, there's our buy. All right, well, I'm not going to blindly take it. I'm going to wait until we get up here. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing here. Okay, now I may move it back up to the top of this swing here, this range. Okay, I'd like to see that. There's some exhaustion there. Now we're just looking for buyers again up here. And then the continuation move, or the move back to the top of the range here. So we're looking for this to reject and come back into the range, back up to the swings here. Okay, our Apple and Microsoft starting to pick up a little bit, so that's good. Just need to see NASDAQ order book pressure also kind of shift here. There we go. There's a bit of a shift. We're kind of looking for this to actually turn into like a head and shoulders. We see some structure broken. We see some buying. We see some buying coming back in, but we did break below. And then now we're looking for a rejection from that break and a move back up. So we got to get our buyers back up here at 345, 46 or so. If we can, we should get a move back up to the top of the range here. It would look more likely. Okay, there's some exhaustion there, a little bit of buying here. So let's see the buyers. This is where they should really start to pick it up. Okay, Apple and Microsoft are. So look at the bid here. That's good. Now we just need to see the buyers come in on NASDAQ. And instead we're getting sellers. Okay, there we go. And we just got another buy signal in here. Okay, interesting. Okay, we're already in it, so we're just going to let that one run. And let's hit it, buyers. Let's see it. Get out of this small little range in here. And they cannot. Okay, another buy signal in here, order book pressure and Microsoft Apple. We've gotten a bunch of them in here. Just looking for these aggressors in the NASDAQ now to lift it. I mean, we're getting our aggressors in here in the stocks. Buying every bottom and selling every top. Not quite, but yeah. I mean, we're looking for something to meet our criteria in here, and I think we're going to get stopped out on this one, to be honest. I don't feel too comfortable about the order flow in here, but I want to go along with the this kind of helper here to give us more insight using this Market Pulse automated tool here. Yeah, we're going to get stopped out. We might not. I mean, this might be the head that we're looking for, and then, but it's got to reverse right now, basically. Yeah, we're getting our little pockets of buying, at least from Market Pulse in here, but we just don't see the NASDAQ pick up on it. You know, not really, not enough. That's what's kind of curious in here. We're getting some order book pressure imbalances, and that's when we're getting our buy signal here. But we're just not seeing the aggressors come back in quite yet. They just fail to in NASDAQ. They certainly are in the stocks, though. I mean, we can see that the stocks are turning around. We'll jump over it. Let's do that. Actually, should we give it a little bit of leeway in here? I don't like moving stops, but we're just going to move it down a little bit here. Just thinking that we're seeing the correlations here. All right, so again, I think we're probably going to get stopped out, but let's jump over to Apple and take a look here. Okay, well, Apple's still trending down. We just see some buying starting to come in. What about Microsoft? Okay, Microsoft is looking good, starting to kind of turn around. Note the higher low in here, and we're seeing the buyers come in. Okay, so they're kind of failing up in these little areas up in here, though. We're not seeing enough, but we're waiting for it. Here we go. Now, actually, in Microsoft here, I would look for, and we can take a shot at it here. I would look for Microsoft to break now this and come back up into I don't know. We'll look for front running this liquidity up here, just above 407.50. Okay, so let's see it, buyers, and Microsoft should be able to do it. Let's look over at our NASDAQ. Okay, so now our NASDAQ's starting to follow suit here. Now we can see those buyers starting to come in. Now we broke the structure here. Okay, good. We're still looking for more pressure here on buying pressure in volume pressure imbalance with the stocks. And I still like the targets. I would look for this swing maybe first up here, but that's where we originally had it. But then thought that, well, maybe we can get a move back up higher, and with our whole, no, there's no whole number up here. Okay, starting to look better. Even kind of a potential reversal pattern. Maybe starting to unfold here. Look at our criteria for volume in the bars and then in the dots, and starting to break a little bit of structure here. Okay, so here, but it came back down into the range. But now we're looking for some exhaustion on the sell side, and we're looking for buyers to come back in again here, just around this 338 or so. And let's see if they can pick it up right here. We should probably get another buy signal in this automated trading. We might not. We might get the flush through. Okay, but we're starting to see the turnaround. Okay, and Rob, this goes back to the criteria that look at the where does that turnaround start to take place? Well, here looks pretty good. So this would be kind of where that turnaround is, and this might be the head of the inverted head and shoulders right here. Okay, so we can put a vertical line in here, and we'll look for now on this the right side of that vertical line. We're looking for our buyers. Okay, looking for order book to be up at a higher level in here, bidding, and we want to see these guys maybe pull on the offer, and we're looking for the move back up to 350, and then maybe the break of it back up into our higher levels here. Okay, we have some market timing events going on here. We have our European close coming up right now, so that's going to kind of mess up our picture here because it's end of the week, it's end of the month, and we're going to see a lot of kind of window dressing end of the month rebalances, etc. And that's what's going to happen here in Europe or London close here. Nonetheless, we're still sticking with what we have here. How's our Microsoft doing? Let's go back and check at that. Not good at all. Not good at all. Interesting. I thought we had the move there. The higher low broke this one, starting to get our buyers in here, looking for this to ramp up here at that point. But nope. Kind of lack of buyers, and then don't really see a lot of sellers yet, but and we do have high liquidity here at this 406.50. I like the exhaustion here down at the bottom of the edge, or bottom edge here. lack of buying. So just looking for this really kind of rubber band effect here on those buyers, if they can show up. Here we go. Here's another buy. Oh boy, this is okay. There's 11:30. That's why. So yeah, know your market timings in here as well. So it's a big part of the equation. And as we've covered, like very simply, why is because, well, that's where participants are, making decisions in the market. And almost stopped out. Almost stopped out. Okay, there's our flush through. Actually, that's what we were kind of looking for over here earlier. I think here, yeah. Now there's our big flush through. This is what we'd, I would be looking for this. If we're going to get our short squeeze or a move back into the range, it would have to come back up above here, right? This is where we're looking for it. So that's where we look for our buyers after this big, stop run to the downside. Now we're basically, we didn't make any money for the day in NASDAQ. We had some nice gains earlier, but all evaporated on a few losses in here. So that's that. Whatever. It's we're looking at and testing this new tool in here and trying to get a feel for it. And let's see, we haven't, didn't we have a gain over here in oh yeah, 17 ticks here. That's right, in P&L on the S&P. But anyway, guys, I think what's kind of important about this playing around with this new tool, absolutely do it in demo, absolutely do it in sim like we're doing here. Get a feel for it, but make sure it meets your criteria. It is not kind of although it looks like a red light, green light type of thing, it is not like that. It is telling you something in addition to what you might not see here with correlated markets or order book pressure imbalance in this example. And then does it meet your trade criteria in your setups checklist? Okay, and that's when you can have something pretty strong together. Okay, so like right now, I'm looking for this, buying back up above here. Let's see if we get it. If I do get a buy signal in here, well, that would be pretty good. I'd like to see that, and maybe I'd take a swing at it here in sim to see if I can start to gain something out of this trading system. All right. Okay. Let's see, any last minute questions in here? Valley fan, excellent. All sorts of stuff in here. Nice trades. Excellent. Okay, Alan, have a good weekend. Over in YouTube. Yeah, I mean, potential Etsy, like what we're looking for in here, again, in order flow, it's understanding the participants, it's understanding the orders, and their behavior. Is kind of like seeing the footprints in the sand here. Like, I know where you are. I know what your activity was. So the activity we're looking for here is this sell-off, right, to the downside here. Okay, hold on a minute. And now, and this to basically mean that we have come down here. We're looking for it to stop out a bunch of people. So this is people exiting. It's not entering. Now what we need to see is after that, are people still, are they entering here? Or do we see that no one's entering and we're starting to get buyers back up above here? Okay, if so, and I see a lot of buyers in here, then I know the new buying or the new traders entering are entering above the stop run. So I'm looking for buyers to explore some of these areas up here. So here we go, right? Let's take a stab at it. Okay, we'll leave this one on and try to get a runner out of it, because we got to end the webinar. But we're looking for this now, these buyers to come in and move that market and retest some of these areas. Now the first one is actually not bad right here where our target is. Okay, that would be the swing up here. Okay, the second one would be up in here, maybe these swings, and also align it with high liquidity. Okay, so let's look at this here. Not bad to consider maybe taking profit up at this swing here. So actually, let's I'm going to do that. I'm going to move my take profit up to about 62 or 61, something like that. I'm looking for buyers to move it back into the range here. Okay, so and there's some buyers here, so I'm going along with these guys after everyone's been stopped out. Okay, that's the key. All right, so I hope that helps, and we'll see if this works out. We'll give it one more shot here. We did not get anything from the automated trading, but that's the concept here. Okay. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming, everybody. We'll wrap it up. Have a good weekend. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, come to our Discord channel, and we're happy to, we've got a great community over there. We've got the Bookmap Academy. Come on over and partake in it. Great discussions and feedback with some of the mentoring and the coaching. All right, thanks for coming. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.